jump in, car guys.
Come on, let's go.
Let's brew.
We got something special for you.
Hey, what's going on, car guys and car gals? It's Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And it's Fred Lenart's subprime hero.
And we are brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. And we are excited that you're brewing with us today. Welcome to the cafe. We are very excited about the guests that we have. Are you excited about the guests that we have?
Yeah, I'm excited about the guests we have. This is somebody that I got to meet.
You might be on that decaf.
Oh, man, no, I'm on a little bit of that decaf right now. No, actually, I'm caffeinated. Not because
caffeinated up,
and I haven't even sipped on my first sip of this coffee yet. And it's because we have somebody great on the show. Somebody that I've been waiting to have on the show, couldn't wait to put on the show, and somebody I couldn't wait to put on a pedestal and show off, right? She's been just killing it on Clubhouse, folks. If you haven't been on Clubhouse the last few months, maybe you don't know who she is, but since then, she has grown rooms that have put hundreds and hundreds of peoples in one night, one morning, and she's killing it. She's doing it with love, with passion for this industry. You know, when I talk about a solutionary, when we talk about solutionaries, we talk about core values. And our first core value is love. She leads with love.
Yes.
Man, and then there's faith. She has faith in what she's doing because you have to do it sometimes without knowing what's going to happen and just hoping that it's going to happen, having faith that it's going to happen. And she does that. She has honor. She honors people by having them on the show and lifting them up. Every time I get on there, she's always lifting me up. Every time Lou gets on, lifts anybody that gets in there, she's lifting them up. Even if you're somebody who's new to the industry, she's showing honor there. I'm telling you. And then she's adaptable. She's constantly changing. She's been in different parts of this industry, from subprime to prime to training to helping different companies grow and become something amazing. And, you know, I'm going to tell you something. She blows my mind. And, you know, being adaptable is huge. But the most important thing is that she's super consistent. She's a mother. She's raised children that are now adults in this industry. So she raised car people. What? Come on now. That's in the DNA, right? So, folks, I'm ready to have her on the show. I can't wait to put on. She's a true solutionary, and I can't wait to share her story.
And we want so many people to share this story along with us. So do what it is that you do, solutionaries out there.
Oh, you know the deal.
Tag a car guy.
Tag them.
Tag a car gal.
Come on, car gals.
Share. Get this message out there, because there is something unique that is going to be brewed inside of this cafe today. The thing that's incredible about this incredible solutionary is that she builds an atmosphere where we can come to unwind, just like a cafe, where car guys and car gals and those that are solving problems, for those that are looking for transportation solutions, can just find a better way to connect and enjoy the life it is that we build together, just like coming to the cafe, where you're energized and relaxed at the same time. It's crazy how that works together. The correlation is magnificent. But you got to do your part and get somebody in here. We want to make sure that we shower her with love. We want to make sure that the right people are hearing this incredible message, whether this is on the replay or you're listening to this on the podcast.
Come on, my friend.
Sharing is caring.
Always, right? Care Bear stare. Let's go. So that being said, I'm excited. Let's get her on this. Let's get her on the screen. She's somebody special to me. I've been waiting to put her on the show, and this is the perfect time. I'm so glad that she was able to grace us today. I know we had one earlier this week scheduled. Things happened, and she was so like, oh my God. But you know what? It was supposed to happen today. Things happen for a reason. Let's go. You ready?
Yeah, well, I'm going to hit it again.
Hit that one more time, man. I couldn't help it. I'm excited.
All right. And here we go. So car guys and car gals, help us to make welcome the one, the only, Katie Lamphere. There she is. Hey, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys.
How are you?
Goodness. I am, oh my gosh. First of all, I was good. Now I'm great. Now I'm really amazing because of that introduction. So, wow, thank you. I'm so honored.
Thank you for being here. We're excited that you're here with us. Look at that smile. It's glowing, everybody. Get that shared around.
The crazy thing is we've talked a lot on the phone, and we've also been able to communicate on Clubhouse a whole lot, right? And the voice, you always, and I tell this to when I train staff out there, is like, you need to smile when you talk to people because they can hear the smile. And truly, we can hear that smile. And we knew it was going to be that pretty. So come on now, let's go.
Yeah, if you're driving on the podcast and you can hear her smile, go ahead and just hit your leg 2 times.
You know it. That's right. You do hear her smile. So anyway,
I can hear it.
It's amazing to have you on
the
the show.
You guys make me smile.
Well,
thank you so much.
Let's keep growing and have some fun, and that's what the show's about. We want to highlight you, and these shows are amazing because we get an opportunity to sit down with people that are in this industry trying to help make it better, right? Or have done things to make it better. And you've done both those. You're trying to make it better, and you've done things to make it better. And we appreciate that so much, and we're excited to have you here and share this with our audience and so many others out there. Lou, what's up with the 3 Fs?
Well, the 3 Fs are the way that we do what you do. And that's make sure that we do unify everybody together under one call, one cry, one reach towards the very best that we can bring. And that's making sure that we do forgive, we do focus, and we stretch out, and we do fly so that we can keep growing. So you are now jumping into the cafe with the Solutionaries. And in order to get this 5-liter underway, we got to make sure we're dropping those F-bombs, and that's forgive, focus, fly together. So help us out. On 3, forgive, focus, fly. Put your hands on your shoulders with us one time. And on 3, forgive, focus, fly. 1, 2, 3. Forgive. Focus. Fly.
Fly.
There we go. All right,
now you just got the secret handshake down. Now you'll know that. So practice that, because every time we see you, you're going to have to do it.
Hey.
You see us at an event, you're going to have to do it. When we do a show with you on the follow-up, you're going to lead it next time. All right. So practice that. Get it right. You know the deal. I love that you joined the club. You are a Solutionary. Welcome to it. And all we're going to do is keep growing now. All right. So we have these things called the 5-liner. It's 5 questions that we love to ask our guests. And the very first one, it's very important because it all starts there. It's your why. It's your purpose. What drives you every single day to go out and do what you do? I mean, you're spending a lot of your free time trying to share with the audience out there in Clubhouse and so many others. And even the new job you have now, you're having to not only help lead a team, but you're out there trying to help that company grow. And then you're also trying to help the industry grow all at the same time. What drives you?
Wow. So, okay, I have a lot of whys, but my biggest why, you mentioned it earlier, I have these 3 amazing daughters. Okay. And they're all adults. Their ages are from 24 to 29. So 24, 26, and 29. My 2 youngest are actually in this business. You mentioned that. And thanks for recognizing them, you guys, because those 3 daughters are my heart and my soul. So when I think about the 2 of them that go into those dealerships every single day, that's my why right there, to make it, always make it better. My why for doing this is to keep this business focused, right? That's one of your F's. I'm going to drop some F bombs.
That's right.
we need to focus, and we need to keep making it better. We've
Yes.
done amazing things along the way, but that's my why, is my true why, is to focus on not just them, but what if I have some granddaughters one day or grandsons that go into this
Come on.
business, right? You always got to think about the future. All of these amazing people I meet along my journey, there's been so many. And, there's been some that may have not pursued their career in this business that could have been amazing in this industry. They just had a person to help them along the way. Okay, to get
Yeah.
over a certain little hump, to show them the good. That's my why. I believe in it. But those 3 daughters that I have, they're everything. So,
That is a deep
yeah.
why, and it does. It all starts with a
Times
deep why
3.
like that, times 3. And, one of them even has, it's a birthday twin for me, March 19th, right?
Yes, my
Yeah.
daughter Ashley, she's March 19th like you. And I was like, that makes sense. So
I was
yeah,
like, cool. So, there's a lot of March
my
people in that, we're in that
26-year-old,
group.
she was my gift. So mine's 323. And she
That's
was my
right.
birthday present one year. Yeah, best present you can ask for. So there you
Amen to
go.
that. There's no doubt about it. And, and vice versa, and that's like, that's a beautiful thing to be able to share with 3 young ladies that are just young adults that are becoming professionals at what they do and trying to grow into their
Yeah.
own shoes. Right. Because, you've been able to carve a path for them to show them, hey, look, there's light over here. And I love that. There's testimony inside that. Right. And being able to share that with them and have them be able to grow into their own, what a why to have, to show them, hey, look what hard work
Yeah.
does. I mean, I'm not going to give up because I'm going to show you that it does work. You can do
Right.
this. Women,
Right.
people in this industry, you could do it. Young, old, does not matter. We got this. Let's go.
Yes.
That's right.
And shout out to
That's
those of
right.
you that are jumping in and brewing some solutions with us and tagging some people and being part of this incredible flock that's focusing and flying and focusing on our whys. And shout out to Nat Banks. What's going on, Nat
My
Banks?
man,
One of the most
Oh,
recent
nah.
Solutionaries. What's going on? Ariana, how are you? Senora Garcia. So
Oh.
glad that you are in here. Shouting out over at Scott Trainer. Let's go,
Oh.
everybody. We are excited that everybody is up in here. So glad that Solutionaries like you are here to brew. Please continue to share this around and tag people if you know they got to be sipping on some of these solutions that this Solutionary is pouring out. But I want to go ahead and jump into this next question, because I'm sure that everybody trying to follow their path it tries to look back and understand, hey, what has happened to actually get us here? What's going on? Sean, how you doing? Welcome to the party. So glad that you're here too. So Katie, help us understand, what was it specifically? What was the road that brought you to El Dorado, right? As far as getting to the
Love
car
that, Lou.
business. How did you get to automotive?
Wow. So that road it was a little bumpy road sometimes. Had little potholes in it along the way, but I got here.
That's right.
So what brought me in? All right. So I'm going to be really honest about this. I was a senior in high school, and they had this co-op program, right? And they said, you can be in school like until noon if you have a job. And one of these participating employees out there, one of these companies, one was a dealership, an automotive dealership. I said, wait a minute, I can get out of school? Are you kidding me? And get credit? Like, I'm getting
Heck
this
yeah.
on a job credit stuff, right? I'm getting credit. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So it was this dealership, a pretty large dealership. And I went in and I interviewed, and it was as a receptionist. I started as a receptionist, and then I just started connecting with the people in there, and I stayed a little bit longer than what I thought I would with them. It wasn't just about getting out of school, but these guys and women I connected with, I was like, these guys are pretty cool to hang out with too. They used to mess with me a lot, play jokes on the young girl at the receptionist. I'm sure you've heard all the funny phone calls through the page, right? I'll keep it good on here and clean, but you know what I'm talking about. So play the jokes on the young girl. I went and do that, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people you can call, okay? So, and I did. I fell for it. Whatever. But I made it through it. And so that was my first. I made it through it. And it was crazy because one of the experiences that I think the way I handled it had just whatever, laughed it off. Customers would come up and I start talking to them. I loved having a conversation. I was like, don't put me in a back room because I'm going to pull my hair out. I like talking to people. And
Right.
customers would come up. I'd have to fill out their little, little temp tags and stuff for them or give them, the car guys would come, hey, I'll give you $20 or buy you lunch if you do this for me. Okay, whatever. I'll do it. I'm for it.
Yeah.
So I started picking up some things, and so lo and behold, I enjoyed it. They put me in a little customer service position where way back in the days, this is in the 80s, guys, all right? So they came out where they had these little plastic credit card keys. I mean, that was cool back then. That was
I remember
innovative.
that.
So you could put them in your wallet. It's like a one-time use, and pray to God it doesn't break off in the key.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The little
Oh,
key
yeah.
you put in the door. Please don't let it break. But anyway, that was a little idea we came up with, and it was my job to let people know we had them for a mere like $4.99, whatever. And
Yeah.
but it would save you a lot of money on a locksmith back in the day, if you knew to use it. Anyway, so I
love
did that, and it was fun. So I just had fun with it, and they're like, "This girl's kind of fun out here." Well, I decided to when I graduated, though, I stayed a little bit, but I decided that I was going to go in the Navy. I wanted to go in the
right.
military,
Ooh, right. That's what I'm
and
talking about.
yeah, so I didn't go to college. Remember, I told you I started a job so I didn't have to stay in class. So I said, I'm going to go in the military. I decided to do that. I had to choose, what I was going to do. So I said, I'm going to the military. And I have 3 brothers, and they, 2 of the 3 actually was military. So I did that, went in the Navy, and I was in the Navy during like Desert Shield, Desert Storm.
Right.
Anyway, about 6 years. Yeah, on a ship. I was on board the USS Yellowstone, which was
Oof.
crazy
Appreciate your
cool.
service so much, and
Yeah,
way to
well,
honor
thank
that.
you,
And
guys.
man, wow. And during what a crazy time too. I mean, I'm sure that was
It
scary.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you talk about females in automotive. Be a female in the Navy on a ship back in 1990. You know what I mean? 89,
Yeah,
90,
oh,
Automotive
91.
is
It's
nothing.
crazy.
That's like you're like 1 in like 300. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. There was like 1,500 people on my ship, and I think there was 300 women maybe at the time. So it was
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly.
Yeah, I was popular. No, I'm just kidding. But no,
That's funny.
it's a
You're not
learning
kidding.
experience. No, I was popular.
Yeah.
I thought I had a lot of friends, whatever. But no, it was fun. I met a lot of great people, and I'll tell
I
you,
guarantee
those
you did.
people.
Oh, yeah.
I am still. Those people are so near and dear. I have some of the greatest friends from that time still that I'll never forget memories. But from there, and I know I'm taking you. I told you it was a long road with some potholes in it, but some waves in it, right? So when I got out of the military, yep. When I decided to leave the Navy, and I decided that I wasn't going to make that a long-term career, I was in there about 6 years, and I got out. And when I was in the Navy, I worked on computers. And remember, I told you I don't like sitting in a room with a door closed. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I don't want to do that. That's not for me. I was a little bit like, look, can I talk to some people? I'm shy, right? And I don't like to talk a lot, but
Right.
yeah. So I decided, what am I going to do? And my brother at that time, my youngest brother, he had went in the car business. He got out of the Air Force as well during the time. He went in the car business. He'd been selling cars, and then he was in finance. He said, "You need to come sell cars. You're like me." I was like, "What?" I remember what that was like, but whatever. I'll try it. I did it. That's what happened. So I went to the dealership. I figured I could at least make some money kind of quick. I don't know, a little bit maybe. I didn't know it was going to be as hard as it was, to be honest with you. I said, I'll just go in there and talk to people. Yeah, I had a lot to learn, but that's how it started. So I went back in the mid 90s.
Wow. Well, that's a great story. Once again, we honor you. We honor your service to the military, to our country, and everything. And I know that when you have that same thing with me, when I graduated, I had to make a choice, and I was like, I'd rather do the military right now. It was so much better for me. Lou did the same thing. He's Army, I'm Air Force, you're Navy. We represent 3 of them.
Yep.
I do. We do. Right. Hey, we dominate.
All
right
we
now.
need is a Marine in here right now. But
that's right.
I mean,
I bet you there's one listening to us right now, and we do appreciate your service. And man, so glad that you took the time, got what you got out of the service, which I guarantee, being a female on a boat during wartime with nothing but a ton of men and all this stuff, it helped you be able to get into this world of automotive very easily, right? Like being able to know how to talk to somebody and be like, okay, dude, you know what I mean? And really move forward with it, right? And get what you need to get done because you're doing it. And I honor that. It's not right, but you did it, right? And you did it because that's what was available to you. And, you know, I'm not saying it's not right what you did. I'm just saying it's not right that the world was like that. The 90s was different than it is today, and it's still not right all the way today, folks. It's better, but it's not right all the way. But I do honor you for that, and I do honor that you kept digging into this industry and kept pushing. And I know there's been people, you talked about your brothers quite a bit. You know, that's awesome that you did. You know, obviously you have love for them, and then you talked about your kids and being able to mentor them now. Who have been some people in your life, people that you consider just like almost like a father figure or mother figure or just a mentor? Who are mentors to you?
Okay. So, well, my mom, I'm going to tell you, my mom is a rock star. Okay.
Wow.
I lost my father. He was really young, actually. And I was, in the Navy when, my father passed away at a young age of 50. He was 56. And, but my mom, and he was amazing entrepreneur, had businesses he ran, and he always told me, like, Katie, he had a nickname, I'm not going to share it with you, but he used to come a little name. He said, listen, first of all, when he used to tell me, so the military, you don't need them. The Navy, they need you. He went in there, even as a recruiter, told me, that's how my dad was. So I was like, look, you guys are lucky to have her. That's my daughter, right?
Wow.
And so, I was a baby and the only girl. So, you know, but that's what he said. He went in with a recruiter and he sat down. My one brother went with me that was in the Air Force, and I said, you tell them, she doesn't need you. You guys need her. So I always remembered that. And he had a birthday card. I wish I had it here. A birthday card when I was in, or not a birthday card, I mean, a card, an inspirational card when I was in boot camp he sent me. And my dad wasn't one big for words and writing. And my dad had an 8th grade education, just so you know, and he became a very, very successful businessman where I'm from in our area. And anyway, he wrote in this card, winners are people like you. And I have it in a case. And to this day, and that's 30 years old, 30 some plus years old. But I'll tell you, that card, I read that. So my dad was a big impact about winners are people like you, how we don't quit, you don't give up, you face these times, you overcome them, you figure it out. And my dad always said that was how I was. No matter what, I'd figure it out. So he was huge to me. My mother, amazing. My mom will, she can sell you anything, guys. She will knit you a little like scrubby and tell you how you need to buy this. It's the best thing since the invention of automobile. And I'm telling you, so she's amazing. So my family is huge to me. My youngest brother, Steve, you guys probably heard me talk so much about him. He's the one that got me to come back into this crazy business. Unfortunately, fortunately, he was a great car guy. He moved around a lot, had his ups and downs, but he got me back into this. And 4 years ago, he was diagnosed with colon cancer. And last year on April 24th, we lost him after a 3-year battle. That's my why still for everything. You can see me tear up, but that's my little car hero. He was my biggest fan when I went to another company. I was with JM&A, I will say, and he was so happy when I went with them. And he kept saying, look at you, man, you're doing it. You're doing things that I couldn't do in this business. And I always hear him. He's with me every single day. He's with me here. He's all around me. He encourages me. You guys, listen, this is new. The Clubhouse thing you talked about earlier was new to me. You guys are my mentors. You're it. I mean, you guys have impacted me. The people that we connect with. No, I'm being so serious. And I'm very sincere about this. People that, talk in the rooms that we have, I may never have met them in person, but they have encouraged me and pushed me to levels I never thought I would ever, have just in a short period of time. So yeah, there's just so many, and I could go on and on. I mean, people can talk about coaches in high school, or I had a captain in the Navy. Matter of fact, it made me think of this. Captain Pratt was our ship's captain, and what he taught me is that he always walked by and he said hello to everybody. He never acted like he was the captain of the ship, right? He's this very tall gentleman. You always could see him coming a mile away, right? But everyone loved him. They embraced him so much because he made you feel like family. He never walked around that ship like, you gotta listen to me because I'm your captain, you know. But he was always so positive, and I'll always remember him and his name. So he was a big one. I know I'm talking a lot about a lot.
No,
There's
this is
so
a talk
many.
show.
This is
For
the
you
this is
tomorrow.
this isn't our
Thank
show.
you
This
so
is
much.
you.
Your show.
This
your
is
spotlight.
featuring
And I'll tell
you. Why that's you
Well,
are
I'll
you
tell
are the
you,
guest.
I mentioned I worked with JM&A, and so I never got the pleasure of meeting Mr. Moran personally, like to shake his hand, you know.
Yep.
But even though I didn't meet him personally, what a huge inspiration for me once I saw, you know, knowing of him. I just really wanted to work there. And when I did, it was such a pleasure for me, and listening to his way that he made everyone such a part of his family. You know, we were associates, we weren't employees. That stuck with me forever. You know, I bring that to the table with me now. So, but yeah, there's people like that. I had a regional manager, Mr. Rob Cable, that's here in Raleigh. And I don't think he even knows what an impact he had on me with that, you know, how to lead people, how to sit there and teach me how to have more, you know, patience. He really taught me patience, you know, how to think about something. I'm very emotional, and you'll see it. I wear it on my sleeve. Like if I'm upset, you'll see I'm like, you know, like, like, really? You know, I do that. Really? And I don't mean to do it,
It's just
but
it's there.
I you know, I guess it comes off, right? So he taught me a valuable lesson about, Katie, just listen to what somebody has to say and then absorb it all, let it process, and we'll circle back around. He used to say, we'll circle back around to that. At first, it irritated me. I don't hope he doesn't hear this. At first, it irritated me. I was like, oh, circle back around, okay. But then I'm like, now it's my famous saying too. I'm always like, listen, guys, let's sleep on it, or let's take a break. Let's go to lunch. Let's get a glass of your coffee. I'm my unsweet tea, extra ice, no lemon, please. That's what refreshes me, you know. So anyway, yeah, a lot of mentors, but my children. Are you kidding me? My kids teach me more than I'll ever teach them. Just so you know.
Amen.
Oh,
It's reverse
they're
mentoring.
brilliant. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, can I tell you about something with my daughter? Okay, so about a mentor. My oldest daughter, Taria, she's 29 years old. She's amazing. So I have Alexis, Ashley, and Taria. So Taria, she says to me one day, this is really gonna make me cry. So she says to me, Mom, I launched something. I'm so excited. I've been working on this for so long. She's an entrepreneur, and this girl's amazing. So I don't know if you can see what I have on this necklace right here. You see this? So Taria, my daughter, I can see this. She literally designed this. She had it manufactured, she had it made, and she has her own business now. And you know what this is all about? It's called Take Your Space. And I'm not trying to like sell it, but tell me how cool this is, right? She literally says, Mom, I did something for you. This is about women's voices. Whenever you're in a room, when you're sitting there and you're having those meetings, and you always felt like your voice wasn't important to be heard, and men would come in and try to take over, you know, and like hush you. She goes, everyone needs a piece that they can look at, a statement piece, a ring, something. So what she did is she created something for me and for other women to have, to say, hey, I'm going to hear my voice is going to be heard. Let me get my courage. I'm going to take my space here at the table. So if you start feeling insecure and nervous, guys know I'm like, I'm nervous. No one's going to want to hear me. I look at my necklace or my ring she gave, and it's true though. And I hold it. I'm always holding it. And I say, here we go. If you ever see me reach for it, it means I'm a little nervous, but guess what? I got this. Because you know what? My daughter told me I'm a bad butt, and I got this.
That's right. She said she used the word butt instead of ass. It's okay. You could have said badass. It's okay. Hey, listen.
Well, you know.
It's all
anyway,
good. You know,
I'm really proud. Isn't that cool? She mentored me to be reaching outside of my comfort zone.
That's what we want. And that's what we hope for. That's the legacy. That's helping legacy. You know, and that's fantastic. Kudos to her. And wow, way to go. Way to be an entrepreneur, and way to go back to your mom and honor her that way. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. That's a multitude of reasons why that story is amazing. Oh yeah. How could you not be that way? You know, I cry just thinking about my son when he first walked. It was so amazing. He walked, right? And then they do things like that. That is just like beyond, you know, you're already proud of them, and then they do that. And you're like,
How do you? My kids will call me, like I'm telling you, my daughters will call me. They call me every day, actually. As a matter of fact, I have to tell them I can't take a call. I'm getting ready to come on. They're like, oh, cool. But they're at a dealership and they call me for advice. Like, how cool is that? But they teach me more than I ever teach them. By when they call me, they're running through a scenario. And because they trust me and ask me questions, it allows me to grow and learn and think outside of the box as well. Because, you know, I call it blending the old school with the new. You know, I think it's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And we're at that pinnacle. I'm telling you, we're right on it, man. I love being Gen X, right? And being able to just like go in there and be able to adapt in so many different ways, look at it from 2 different perspectives, multitude of ways, you know. But I love that your daughters reach out to you to look at your perspective, and then you listen to their perspective too, which makes a collaboration fantastic, you know. And that is a beautiful thing about being a parent, but being a role model, but also leaning into the people that you role modeled when they start to get that growth, right? Instead of like some people as leaders I've seen where as people grow, they kind of try to knock them down a little bit because they want to be the leader. I want to be the best. You can't tell me. No, it's not true. You can lean into them. You know, one thing's for sure is Lou's son has turned into a beast. So if Lou can't talk about anything when it comes to like, oh wait,
our size is
physicality, but
we can
so that's the expert you go to. You know, my son is fantastic in so many things. His basketball game is when I get a game in and I beat him, I'm like so proud, like prouder than I am of beating anyone else out there right now, right? I'm like, yeah, Dad got you, boy. Yeah, right, but it's rare these days.
You're like, I used to let you win, now I can't win.
No, there's no such thing as letting him win anymore. I might play a little soft. But that's because I kind of gave up, not because I'm, I might use as an excuse. I didn't play the because I was already knowing I was about to lose, right? Yeah. So, but that's what we want, and that's what we hope for, and that's a beautiful thing. We do have people that are posting comments that we can't see on our screen here at StreamYard, but I do see it here. One says, Mary Lynn Wilkins says, that's my girl. And she puts a sun with a bunch of hearts. Rosario Esperanza. Hey, what's up? She says, double heart. And then we got Billy Sherm. What's up, Sherm? He says, let's go. I know that's how he said it too, right? He says, I love this setup, guys. Got to go back to lead the team. I'll catch the replay. And I know he will. I love him. He's such a great guy. So now I wanted to throw shout outs to them really fast. Appreciate you all for jumping in and throwing some comments out. But you know, these things are great, Lou. Mentors are amazing. I know Lou and I love our mentors. You know, there's a lot of things that are amazing in industry, and there's a lot of things that sometimes are not. But we have to learn from those. What do you think about that, Lou?
I think there's a lot to learn inside of that. And that's the thing that Katie is hitting us with is, wow, one of our mentors are often our children too, right? And sometimes that can be a hard lesson to learn when we do have the contentious issue generationally of, I don't want you to do better than me. There's that happens still in families, right? I don't want to see you rise above son or daughter. Let's keep you inside of our thinking. And it's impeding a person's growth. But what it is that you're doing is keeping that heart that says, wow, I win my kids and I need to always win them. That's a great thing of any parent should constantly do. We should always be winning our children. We win the opportunity to be their parents, to be their guardians, to be their protectors, to be their love, the ones that love them the most in the world, right? And then we also win the opportunity to continue getting wowed. They wow us. We win the opportunity and then they wow us for the rest of our lives. Yep. But we also try to win them with the wows, right? And those are the things that mark each and every one of us. And they should never stop. We should consistently be trying to win our kids, and they're going to constantly be wowing us, right? Oh my gosh, you walk better than any child I've ever seen walk ever since walking. You know what I mean? What an amazing, man, you are the smartest thing that was ever made. You know, they wow us so much in our heart. And that carries on inside of so many different areas, because sometimes we can be wowed inside of saying, wow, what a mistake. I didn't know that could happen. I didn't know you can even make that mistake. I don't even know where that thinking was. You know what I mean? Yeah. Same thing with ourselves, right? We can do that to ourselves as well. But remembering that none of that changes whether or not you're mine and I am yours, right? I'm your mama, right? I'm your daddy. You're my baby. All of you. You are mine. Whether it goes right or goes wrong, we're still identified in who it is that we are and who loves us. And that's sometimes a hard lesson for people to learn if they don't have a good example of love in their life. But for you, you've had great examples. Like you said, you've had some incredible mentors, and I'm sure we were close to the end of the list, right? Yeah, right. You probably have a
Yeah,
lot
no.
more people you can keep just loading at the bottom of that list,
Yeah.
whatever part of the list you want to put them on. But what were maybe one of the hardest lessons you've had to learn getting to where it is that you are right now?
Oh. Ooh. Some of the hardest lessons. I told you about my patience. I'm very
Mm.
impatient, and having not being patient and not and also acting on emotion has caused a lot of unfortunately it's caused a few, I shouldn't say a lot, but a few irrational decisions, okay, that probably wasn't best, wasn't the best choices for me to make at that time, whether it was walking out the door of somewhere, we quit too soon, maybe. Letting one person affect me, that's been a really hard lesson I had to learn, that I let one person who called themselves a leader, which they weren't a leader. I'll just stand by that till I'm 95, whatever. They're a manager who was, had a title, I'll say someone who possessed a title, who pushed me out the door. I took myself out the door, but let's put it that way. I allowed that person to get into my head and into my heart. And I shouldn't have. I should have realized that I am better than that, and that I could have overcome what I was feeling. I could have went about a better way. So I left a really great situation. Let's put it that way. But at the end of the day, then I also look back and I'm like, I learned from that so much. So I can see an opportunity that is incredible and how not to let that happen again, to stay part of it. And I wouldn't be where I'm at today doing. I can't even believe I have this amazing opportunity that I just, embraced. I really can't. Like, I'm still on cloud nine. I'm like, wow, really? Is this real? So anyway, it's really cool. And so I think the hardest lesson for me has really going through the downs. I had to go through a really, really low point, meaning like I didn't know how I was going to pay my rent sometimes, or feed my kids. Because I let this mouth of mine or my emotional state, cause a little bit of havoc. So I had to learn to keep it. I did. I was like, whatever. Remember I told you my dad told the military, I don't need them, they needed me. Well, I took that a little too far maybe in some career. I think I was thinking about that a little too hard sometimes. Now you have to be humble. You really do. So that's where I want to kind of bring the circle all the way around to say,
there you go.
You gotta stay humble, man. And in this business, when you start getting a little title, when I went into F&I, when I became where now, oh, guess what? Look at me. And I think this happens, that manageritis, right? Or like, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. I got that deal done. You can't do it. Look, you're not going to touch me. Well, guess what? They will touch you and tell you, look, you got to go. Or, if you put threats out there, they might act on them. Because you know what? What I realize is there's always somebody that's going to come in behind and do it better. And we want that, though. I want to make it better. I want people to be. And that's why I think now, after going through those hard lessons, I realize that's good, though. It's like we want people to strive harder. But anyway, so for about myself, it's really keeping those emotions in check, not making emotional decisions. I tell my kids that all the time. Like, the best advice I can give them is patience and stop making emotional decisions. I will say that all the time because you'll get yourself into some trouble.
Oh yeah. Amen to that.
I hope that made sense.
Oh,
I hope all that made sense.
No, you made me. I
know,
felt like you live my life. I was like, yeah, I know exactly how you're feeling there.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, absolutely. That's exactly the way that you have to approach it. Is that it's going to be okay. That take time. Understand that even if something hits you right then, you still are okay. You're alive. You're breathing. You're walking. You still got somewhere to go when you leave work, right? So don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. Use patience in your process, right? don't make an irrational decision based off of emotions, because every time we make an emotional decision, 99% of the time it's incorrect decision to make, or it might be over exaggerated, or we're not listening to both sides of the story, hearing all perspectives. We only thinking about what our heart's feeling at that moment. I've been there.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not even good in a relationship when you act that way, right? So
Mhm.
so it's not good to do that in business relationships either, in business situations. So yeah, that's great
Yeah.
tips. I could definitely feel that all the way through, you know, and that's something that definitely, as you get better, you start leaning into, and you know, I can appreciate that, and I'm actually going to enjoy that more. You know, I'm going to be okay with somebody stepping in one day and being better to me, because I want that to happen. I encourage that, but also I use that as a way to drive me, right? Like, hey,
Mhm.
I know that there's people out there that are working on my spot, so I need to keep making sure I keep my spot, because I need to keep working. I need to keep pushing. I
Mhm.
need to keep getting better. I need to look at today as an opportunity to be better than I was yesterday, even just 1%.
Yeah,
I'm 1% better every day. It's going to be hard for anyone to catch me. That's it. I'm just saying, like, people can
that's
get
right.
start from zero and they have to work really hard to get to that 100. Well, you're going to just keep moving, and you're going to keep grooving, and
Yeah.
they're going to keep going. How does he do that? Because I do 1% a day. You know what I
There
mean?
you
That's
go.
how it's
Because you
factual.
keep,
I love
yeah,
that. Yeah, that's the
yeah.
way we
Getting too
feel. And I know that's the
comfortable,
emotion. Yeah.
yeah, getting too comfortable is not a great thing. You know, you got to keep.
Mhm.
We talk about this often. You know, it's one of my favorite subjects is get out of your comfort zone, and
Yeah.
it's easier said than done. But we gotta get out of your comfort zone and know that there's always the more you keep growing and the more you keep lifting others. Guess what? You're gonna rise even higher.
Yep.
So let them take your spot because your spot's still going to be here. That's what you're doing. You're just building yourself more and more and having more people that you can help mentor and lead. And oh, it's just so good. Anyway, it's
Amen.
true
Yes.
though.
Totally. This is why you're on a
I get so
trajectory that's
hyped.
this
I get
direction.
so excited about it.
Well, you should be,
Yes,
you know, and
I
I feel
do.
you, because I get excited about very similar things. You know, I love that. And I love that you're bringing that out on the show today, but you do that with everything you do. I listen to you in Clubhouse. I hear you when we talked on the phone,
Oh,
when we had that great conversation on my way to go visit my dealer in Marion. You know, it was great. You know, we talked about a lot of amazing things, and you're definitely have that inside you. You feel that, and people feel that, and that's something that projects to others. It's contagious, right? I believe that we need to do that. So is negativity. So quit being negative. If you want people around you to be positive, you have to be positive. You attract what you put out there, my friends.
hmm,
So get what you want. You have to be positive, even if it feels like it's not possible. It is possible. You got to keep bringing that positive, and guess what? It all hits you, right? And that's where we get some great
absolutely.
rewards. And as we grow, we have lessons learned. We have mentors along the way. We found out why you got into the business, and so glad you did, because it started early. You left it. You served our country for a few years. You got back out after you realized, hey, there's so much more in this world that for me, right? And for the world, for me to give the world, much like your father said, is that you don't need them, they need you, right? And that's what you wanted to be able to give the world, is give them some more of you. And you know what? You are your sunshine. Your father's 100% correct on that. And
Aw.
I definitely wanted him to I'm sure he's looking down, just honored right now, just like so blessed, like, oh my God, look at this, look at my daughter shine, right? And he knew that already. He already
Yeah,
knows, and he
was
knows
Yeah.
it's
someone
still,
down?
and there's so much more. This is just the beginning for you. It's the beginning for all of us. You know, I always look at every day as just, it's the beginning, right? And it's so, be excited about that, because when it's the end, it's kind of boring. It's the beginning, right? I want to keep going and keep
That's
growing.
right.
So in your career up to this point, what has been your greatest reward?
Oh, wow. Hmm. There's a, I, I know. This is the part that I'm like, do you want another 2, 3 hours on here, or do you want, I want me to sum it up? I'm like, it's such. You guys have this little trick question here about this greatest reward. I mean, it's everything piled into one. It's this life that I have that I'm.
There you go. Mm,
It's just this life. This me. You know. I know that sounds probably a little weird, but
no.
who I am today is one of the biggest rewards. I am so fortunate to have gone through all of the good, all of the bad, and all the ugly too along the way to make me a better person.
Yeah.
Okay. And if it wasn't for that, and I don't want to sound like, oh, it's about me, but what I mean by this, and so I don't want anyone to think that I'm being like, oh, look at me. If it wasn't for this journey, okay, I wouldn't recognize all of the greatness and around us, all of the good that's there. I wouldn't recognize how to, when I have a conversation with somebody, how they may be lifted. Do not judge.
Mm.
Okay. My number one reward is kindness, developing kindness for people. I believe that I've taken from this is seeing that we can always be better. Never ever forget where we come from. Never forget where you come from. And you really need to treat people with kindness. I mean, I just cannot stress that enough. Like I say, I don't like ugly people. That's the only people I don't like, and I don't mean physically. I don't think anyone's ugly physically. I mean inside. So my greatest reward is becoming, I think, who I am to allow others, like to be a proud mom. Look what my daughter did. She did something in honor of me. My two daughters, they brag about me. I'm like, what? What? Like, my mom this. I'm like, stop, please.
Oh my God.
Paparazzi, whatever.
Stop it, but keep going. Yeah.
But
What else?
it's like, but it's true. It's like, you have to always be making people better and stop dragging people down, because we've been around people. You guys have been with those bullies out there, right? That you could have become ugly just like them. You all didn't. You all are beautiful people. Okay, I know I'm pointing at you. I'm sorry. Right through this monitor, I'm pointing. But you are beautiful men that lift everybody. You lift people. You guys do. I mean, everybody that comes in, in Clubhouse, we're talking about our Clubhouse room. Guys, I want you to think about this. How many people have you heard maybe in another room or, outside of there, and they sounded angry? But you come in our room in the evening, and I know you've heard them, where maybe it's a little different tone. They start hearing a different perspective. They tone it down a little bit because we're kind. We're embracing them. You guys do this with people, right? You show them the love. And guess what? You just made a huge impact. You might have changed them to say, hey, you know what? Maybe I need to pass this on. Yep. What a huge reward is that you impacted somebody's life that way, to where not just in a clubhouse room or at a dealership, but think of the trickle effect. That person goes home, their spouses, their loved ones, their significant others, their children are there. They're angry. Okay. Or they can go home and embrace the fact that, honey, I'm home,
Yep.
We've got the ability.
Yeah.
Yes. And hug them. Let those kids wake up late because they're happy to see you. Don't make them afraid to, you know what I mean? Like, these are things you need to think about. Okay. Yeah. When you're out there, it's way bigger than about the amount of money you can make in a car business. I mean, I'm not just
the money is a byproduct of doing the right thing, but doing it with intensity. Right.
Right.
And
I just wanted to say something. We're talking about mentors or something. I wanted to add something that really pushed me. Right. And this goes beyond the greatest reward. But my brother Steve, I told you about, I miss him so much. But he said to me when he was ill, he stayed with me here in Raleigh because of Duke for about 6 months before he passed. And we were fighting. That man was never negative. To the day he left this earth with us and he passed on, he believed he was coming home no matter what. So his last breath, he's like, I'm going to make it. But he said something to me. He said, Katie, I need you to make me a promise that you're going to start doing now. And I said, what's that? Because he was my car guy, we always talked about, right? Because he was negative too along the way. He said, stop chasing the money and start chasing happiness. Amen. That's all I'm going to ask you to do. Stop chasing the money. Start chasing your happiness. And I promised him a billion times over I will. And you'll read that in my little bio, in Clubhouse bio. And I mean that wholeheartedly. So I say to people, there's anything I could pass on, that's my words I want to pass on from him. That wasn't Katie saying that, it was Steve. So I'm going to say that was the best advice I've ever been given in my adult life right now. It really is. It's what it's all about, because you don't ever know what tomorrow's going to bring. So chase that happiness.
That's so deep.
I just wanted to share that with people.
Thank you for sharing that,
so
and
much.
your brother was so right on the money, and that should resonate with all of us, whether we're young, whether we're at the middle of our career, getting towards the end of our career, there is no too late. Just do it now. Go chase that happiness, because that's all we really have. At the end of the day, when you're sitting there, you're going to think, did I live a happy life? Did I do the things that I wanted to do, or did I do the things that I had to do, or did I do the things that I hated to do? Right. And I hope that it's a little bit all of it, because that's the only way we learn. But at the end of the day, happiness is where we find it. Go chase that happiness. Oh, so Katie, you got a new job, you got a new title. Why don't you tell everybody about what you're doing, what your company you're part of, and what's really hot right now, and how they can get a hold of you?
My goodness. I don't even, I'm telling you, there's so much. It's crazy. I'm so excited. I'm just pinching myself like, what? So I've had this amazing opportunity offered, and I jumped on it, honestly. I get to work with an amazing person, Robin Dukes. You guys may know Robin. She's awesome. So I get to work with her now. And she gets to be a new mentor for me to try to take some of her responsibilities and walk in her shoes now with the all new Lojack by Spireon, or with Spireon now. And my title is Regional Vice President of the East for the East section. Yeah. So I've got an amazing team and we're growing them as well. So I already have such an amazing team and associates to work with me in here, but we're growing so fast that I'm also been interviewing and hiring, and so I couldn't come on here the other day. I was like, oh no.
Good.
But what was I gonna do? I'm brand new. I'm not gonna go, hey. But,
Yeah, not today. I'm
so
sorry. Reschedule around my schedule.
I gotta
was like,
get
I'm
coffee.
sorry.
No, like I told you, there was no issue at all. Things happened for a reason. It was supposed to happen
It's
today.
supposed to be today.
But how crazy cool is that? Like, I'm plugging along and I'm like, I don't know, we have these conversations and I got this offer and I'm just so incredibly humbled. I'm really humbled to be able to mentor a team. And something that she said to me was, hey, just Katie, your skill is motivating them. How cool is that to hear someone like that tell me that was my skill to motivate? I was like, yes, I made it. Hey, Ma, I made it,
Hey, look at me now.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Company. Yeah.
But that's where you're with great people. But you know what? You don't need them. They need you.
Oh,
And that's
thanks,
facts.
Dad.
They'll never forget that, and it's truth, and it'll always resonate, and it'll always be there. And your dad's saying that right now. And I'm telling you, it's truth. That's why they said that. They need your energy. Your energy is what they're looking for and what you can bring, and your talent's already there. That's everybody. A lot of people have talent, but do they have the energy, and do they have the culture, and do they have the mindset and the attitude? And you have all that. So that's what makes you super special. That's why they need you. I trust me.
You're awesome.
So I'm happy for you.
Doesn't it feel like I'm working? It doesn't feel like work, you guys. I'm like, am I working? I don't know. It's just fun. I mean, are you kidding me? I get to go travel around and ride with people, go into dealerships, talk about this amazing all new design product. I mean, it's not like what we used to know. I'm telling you that right now. But and this team, it's an amazing company with team that I get to work with. I don't even feel like I'm at work. I really don't. Don't tell them I said that because I like in a paycheck. No, I'm just kidding. But
no, they probably would love to. They probably love that you said that because that's what they want. You want that culture. You want people who work but don't even feel like they're doing it. They're just having fun doing it.
I don't feel like it.
I'm happy for you,
I really
Katie.
don't. Yeah,
Thank
you.
You didn't even feel yourself smoothly going through a conversation with a couple of car guys in the cafe today. Wasn't that nice, smooth, and easy, just like getting a cup of coffee in a cafe?
You know what? This is the best cafe I have ever been in. I'm
that's what I'm talking about.
That's right. Hey,
y'all.
What's the best way to get a hold of you? Should they email you?
Oh yeah, well you can. Yeah, so you can. Yeah, it's K Lamphere, KLAMPHERE at Spireon.com. That's SPIREON.com. And so it's my first initial, last name. No periods, no dots, no nothing in between. There you go. .com. And then so I love it. You can email me. You can reach out to me. Clubhouse, you guys, they need to come in and join us. Y'all are awesome. You need to come in. Do you mind if I tell them? It's the car people.
Tell them.
Do you mind if I say? Okay. Yeah. So it's car people unwinding and sharing our day. Wow, this is the most relaxed room. Okay, we have people come in like night. I'm going to tell you, well, first of all, hello, these gentlemen right here. But we have some amazing people. I have a list of people. I don't even, I want to say a bunch of names when I feel like I leave somebody out. I feel guilty, but there's so many people, we have come in there. Scott Trainer, Ariana, they help me every single evening. We have David Long comes in almost every night. Pops in with his wisdom. Michael, all these people. I don't know. There's so many. But
people from
I
all
definitely
over
had to
the
give
world. It's international. You got Australians in here,
Dundee,
right? I love it. I love Michael Dooley. He's a great guy. But you host a great room that's needed for a lot of car people at the end of the day.
A lot of people. Yeah.
I love it. So go check it out, folks. It's on Clubhouse. almost every single night. I'm telling you, it's car people unwinding and sharing our day. If you guys follow me on Clubhouse, just follow me, and I'm sure I'll be on there sometime, and I'll tag you in. But folks, check it out. Check her out. Make sure you guys reach out. Let her know how awesome she is. If you need any information about her amazing company, about what they're doing, if you're out in the East, especially East Coast, make sure you reach out, right? That's what she's got. Katie Lamphere at Spireon.com. And you guys saw that down at the bottom. And I'll pop it up
new Lojack.
before we get out of here. But folks, that's it. We had a great show today. I'm excited. Let's get out of here with some 3 Fs in a row. But you know what, Lou? 100%, dude.
We got to make sure that we do announce that you do get the stamp of approval from this CGC crew. We also want to make sure that you all do not go too far from us, because today is Fixed Ops Friday, and we have an incredible guest that's going to be in the cafe with us on Fixed Ops Friday as we team up with the Fixed Ops digital crew. Pumped up to see you all, and Tully jumping up in here with us.
That's right.
You Solutionaries need to go ahead and help us celebrate with a thumbs up emoji or a coffee cup emoji, or maybe some hand claps, hand raises, all of those good things, so that we can make sure that this Solutionary, the Just Brewed Solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast, is 100% CGC approved. That's right, everybody.
That's right.
Look at her. Damn.
It's official. It's official, my friends. Well, we're going to get out of here. We appreciate your time, folks. It is time to forgive, focus, and fly into the weekend. You guys have a great one. We'll see you guys in about 30 minutes on Fixed Ops Friday.
That's
we'll
right.
holler at you guys.
So on 3, everybody.
Come on. You got to do this one more time.
We got to get out of here and do this right. 1, 2, 3. Forgive. Focus. Fly. And keep growing. Keep growing. That's right, everybody.
We'll see y'all later.
Thank you so much for joining us. I am Lou Ramirez, the Car Guy.
And I'm Frelin Arts, the subprime hero.
You've been brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast with the one,
the only Katie
Lamphere. That's right, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Peace.
Brewing Solutions. We're out.
Let's brew.